Hey guys, what's going on? It's Finite MTG. We are back this time with some vintage cube. It's been a while, and got some fairly exciting stuff going on here. I don't think it would be cube if I didn't try to force storm, so I think I am going to be doing a little bit of that. Assuming I am going to be forcing storm, I think the main options are like Snapcaster or Thoughtseize. I think Thoughtseize is just like a very powerful card in this kind of format. Just like turn one interaction, get that nonsense out of your opponent's hands, get counters out of your opponent's hands, specifically if you're going for storm kind of combo. But last time back in Legacy Cube, I actually managed to get up to an 80% win rate by the skin of my teeth. So this time, we've got some play points to burn. Let's go for storm. Not really anything in this pack other than Thoughtseize, and again, maybe Snapcaster in terms of storm. Yes, there's an Empty the Warrens, but that card's garbage, so let's take something a little bit better than that. Alright. Well, it's a Chandra, Daze, Brainstorm. I guess Expansion is kind of sweet in Storm, but really there's nothing here for storm once again, so I could keep trying to force it and see where I end up. Part of me just wants to take Chandra, as it is a strong card, but it's also fairly mid-rangey. I like Daze a lot. Not sure now would be the time to pick up Expansion Explosion. I think I could get that card probably a lot later. I don't want to immediately say that I'm going to draft Storm and then fail, but if the cards aren't there, I can't really do anything about it. I already have one black card in Thoughtseize, and Entomb is a solid black card for Reanimator. Yes, there's like a Kozilek, but I think just in terms of power level, this is one of the... Whoa. I don't want Brainstorm. Come on, Magic Online. But yeah, passing an expansion could come back to bite us. Wow, that's a Demonic Tutor. Okay. So Demonic Tutor is great because it works both in Reanimator and in Storm, in that I'm going to be playing a combo deck of some sort, and there's a particular card that I want, I'm going to be able to get it. It's also nice because I know I'm playing black at this point. And third pick, Demonic Tutor? Like, really? Is there like a Mox and a Soul Ring in this pack? I'm confused. I'm just trying to imagine how this would have happened, but pretty happy to get a third pick Demonic Tutor. Other stuff in this pack, Natural Order, that card's great. Rekindling Phoenix, pretty fair card, but a very strong card for mono red. Vraska's Contempt, really good removal spell. Some nice lands in the pack. But yeah, we're just going to take a Demonic Tutor. It's clearly the most powerful card. So, what do we have here? Again, well, there is one card for Storm, and that would be Frantic Search. But I don't love fourth picking Frantic Search when I'm not necessarily going to be able to use it in a Storm deck because Storm doesn't seem open. However, like Demonic Tutor, this card fits both into Reanimator and Storm because it gives you some draw, gives you an opportunity to discard, and that's pretty much what I want to have. There's also like a Go for the Throat, but that card is not a high pick. Some really good Planeswalkers in this pack. I think Teferi is like clearly the best card. There's a good chance I should just take Teferi if I wanted to have the best chance of winning. I could also take Oath of Druids. Not sure if this card is any good or not, but let's try to keep ourselves open to Storm. So we're gonna pass the Oath of Druids for this time. Take the Frantic Search. Interesting. So there's a Kitesail Freebooter in this pack, which is solid interaction. There's also Ancestral Vision, which, I mean, Ancestral Recall is in this cube, right? So that's not nearly as exciting. On the other hand, there is an Ashen Rider, which is a solid Reanimator target. Don't actually have any Reanimator spells at this point. So I'd love to pick some of those up. There's a Thing in the Ice as well. It's not really my cup of tea. There's definitely an argument for like Verdant Catacombs here, but it's not really what I want to be doing. I think I'm just going to take this Ashen Rider, assuming I'm going to end up on some kind of Reanimator plan. Passing Kitesail Freebooter is not a huge deal, and Ancestral Vision, while it is... maybe Vision is better here. I don't really like it, though. I think the card's kind of lame. Alright, well in this pack, Ugin is going to be the most powerful card, but I might just take a Steam Vents if I think that's where I'm likely to end up. Cannot reanimate an Ugin, unfortunately. So if I'm trying to do that kind of thing, that's not ideal. I also don't have any ramp in this deck, which makes Ugin pretty awkward, and even though, again, it's probably the best card, it's going to be a little tough for us to play, so I think I'm just going to take a Steam Fence here. I think that's totally fine. There's a decent chance we end up Grixis, something like that. So yeah, passing Bone Shredder here, again, not a high pick. Whoa, my mouse just unclicked that. Interesting. Okay, so there's one Storm card here, and it's LED, and that is a pretty powerful Storm card, if I do say so. We do have Frantic Surge, Demonic Tutor, even Thoughtseize is decent, so I think I want to speculate on this LED, just in case Storm is somehow going to be open. We just didn't see the cards for it this pack. That also makes the Steam Vents pick a little better, because I'm more likely to want to be Grixis if I'm playing Storm than Reanimator. Other cards in this pack, Progenitus, can't really reanimate that one because it never hits the graveyard. Massacre Worm, pretty powerful card against like aggro, but I don't know, 6 mana is a lot. I like Glorybringer a lot in mono red, same with Confluence, but I'm just going to take LED here. Sure, interesting. So there's a Hypnotic Spectre, there's also a Porcelain Legionnaire. In terms of cards, well, actually I could take Heartbeat of Spring, especially if I'm trying to end up Storm. Hypnotic Spectre is just like a solid magic card. And actually, yeah, I think I am going to take this one. Heartbeat is sweet. I passed a Palinchron at some point during this draft. Fairly unlikely we're going to see that again. I don't know if I want to dip into green for this kind of effect. I do have a red land as well, and I think like Mana Flares in the cube, so I'd rather get something like that. So yeah, we'll start main decking Hippie. Hopefully be able to get there. Okay, Una's Prowler's nice. Nice one for Reanimator. Passing a Lava Claw reaches, but again, don't have any incentive to be red yet. So yeah, nice late pickup for a Reanimator deck. So we're looking more that direction. We really only have LED, Demonic Tutor, and Frantic Surge in terms of whatever you call it, the Storm deck. Right, we do have a Damnation here, which is a nice card. Pretty hard effect to come by. Might be a great sideboard card against aggro. I might main deck it too, we'll see. But for now, it's going to hop over to the sideboard. I'm going to pass a bunch of white cards from this pack. Ooh, okay, Vraska's Contempt. Another solid card. In Storm, you don't want tons of interaction, especially like 4 mana stuff like this, so this is more of a card that my Reanimator deck would want to play, but still a solid card for sure. Right, here we have a Go for the Throat. Now is about the time that I would like to be taking this kind of effect. So yeah, looking to be base black, pick up some more fatties, and probably end up Reanimator, but there is a thing in the ice here, so you never know. Storm might be open enough and just not have the cards in this pack. I think Pilgrim is more important to someone than the other guy. Double Striker, man. Alright, interesting. So Soul Ring is an absurd magic card. We like those. We like those quite a bit. There's also Channel, which is another absurd magic card, and Balance. This pack is kind of nuts, isn't it? There's a Liliana that I would love to wheel, also a Gonti. I could see somebody picking Gonti over Lily and then us wheeling Lily. That'd be nice. Some Baleful Strix, also a Time Spiral in this pack. That is a Storm card. Notably, in the last pack, we did not wheel Palinchron, so I think somebody else is in Storm. There's a chance, there's also a Metamorphose here. There's a chance Storm will be open in this direction. That might be enough for us to get there, probably not, but regardless, I'm going to take Soul Ring, cards busted. Goes in our busted cards pile. Alright, Shieldred. That is a good magic card, from what I've been told. It's like a Baral, which I guess is decent, but again, nothing really here for Storm. Sheldock is pretty cool. Might end up being pretty good for us, but Shieldred is both on color and a nice Reanimator card, so pretty happy about that. We don't actually have any ways to reanimate things, which might be a mild problem, but we're going to get there eventually, right? Maybe we'll just build a Storm deck instead. Storm into casting a big creature. Sounds sweet. All right. Okay, interesting. So in this pack, we have like a mere battle sphere in terms of reanimator targets. There's also Pack Rat, which just a terribly obnoxious magic card. We might take that. I don't love Hero's Downfall, but it does deal with Planeswalkers. We do have Contempt, which is somewhat similar. I think I am going to take the Pack Rat here over something like a Battle Sphere. There's also Git Probe, probably a decent card for Storm, but again, we're just not really seeing the pieces for that this time, so Pack Rat it is. Okay, Liliana does reanimate stuff, even though it is 5 mana. There's also Vampiric Tutor. Elish Norn's a great reanimator target. So I don't know how much I'm into Vampiric Tutor. I only have 2 fatties at this point, as I have Shieldred and Ashen Rider, so maybe Elish Norn would be a nice one to go alongside those. Yeah, I think I could maybe even wheel the Liliana. Maybe I pass the Vampiric Tutor. There's one other black drafter. They take the tutor and I wheel Lily. I could see that happening. Otherwise, there's like a sneak attack, but it's not really how my deck is positioned. So let's just take this Lady Gaga, see if we can do anything from there. Okay. There's a Makeshift Mannequin, which is not a great reanimator card, but it technically counts, so pretty nice. Good with stuff that has Shroud, of course, but we don't have anything like that currently. So Mirari's Wake in the pack, and a bunch of other boring stuff. So yeah, let's just take the Mannequin. This is not Storm. Pretty sad. Okay. Speaking of Storm, there is a Brain Freeze in this pack. There's also a Living Death, and I could see us playing Living Death if we don't get there on Reanimator targets. Or I'm sorry, Reanimator spells. Also, Brain Freeze, not exactly the best when there are a bunch of cards that shuffle from the graveyard. You would really prefer to have Tendrils as your win con. I don't even know if I'm playing blue. That's a big consideration. So I think I'm going to take Living Death. I mean, we've just seen like no cards for Storm, so I think I just need to try to be realistic about this. 5 mana Reanimate is not ideal, but we do have like Soul Ring, so might be able to do some busted stuff. Okay, here's a Buried Alive. It's pretty nice. There's also a Lightning Greaves. Maybe that's even better. Because right now, in terms of ways to get stuff in the graveyard, we have Entomb. We can Thoughtseize ourselves. Like Pack Rat to discard stuff. But Greaves is really nice at being able to protect our stuff. There's the Mana Flare that we were talking about before. Also a Doom Whisperer in this pack. I don't actually love Lightning Greaves. I could see Buried Alive totally being the correct pick here, but I want to play more with the card. It does something unique, where Buried Alive, I feel like the role is somewhat filled, so I want to play with this card, and let's try it out. Alright, there's Iona, one of the best Reanimator targets. It's kind of game-winning against monocolor decks. Speaking of cards with Shroud, this card is a great target for Makeshift Mannequin, of course. Iona, also a great target for Makeshift Mannequin, assuming that your opponents can't target it because you named their removal color or something like that. At this point, I think we could even end up white-black. We have very few blue cards, so yeah, we could just cast some of this stuff. That would be sweet. Okay, so we wield the Gaunty over the 3-mana Lily, which is mildly annoying because I think the 3-mana Lily is better for this deck, but Gaunty's still really good, so not unhappy about picking that one up. Let's get these blue cards out of here, I think. Sorry, LED, not today. Alright, this pack. Ashen Rider, Iona, these guys do have flying, so I think there is some consideration taking Moat here. I could also take Baral if I think I'm going blue. It does make a bunch of my spells cheaper. Yeah, I think I'm more likely to care about Baral than a Moat. Okay, Hero's Downfall is pretty nice. There's also Lingering Souls. I think Souls, it's possible that this card is better. I don't care about incidental damage as much, but it looks like I'm going to end up in white-black. I already have Nah, there's no way that card's better. Alright. Okay, that's pretty nice. 5 mana, again, like Living Death, not exactly where I want to be. So I'm going to be looking to pick up more fast mana if possible, but hey, we only have 1 reanimation spell at this point, so we'll take it. Not really playing any of these cards. I guess this is, I mean, this card's really strong, right? But green-white is gross. Sorry, Avacyn's Pilgrim Drafter. Cannot have that. Okay, Past in Flames. That is a Storm card. Probably should have mentioned that one the first time around. Of course, at that point it was a little too late to end up in Storm, but good card nonetheless. Ooh, Basalt Monolith, you say. There's also a Strip Mine and a Mana Vault? Wow. Okay. And a Tendrils. Okay. I'm going to ignore the Tendrils. We're not playing Storm. Just playing a regular deck. I think I need to take Mana Vault here. I think it's broken compared to Basalt Monolith. Strip Mine's really nice, but not today. We get a Wheel of Night's Whisper. Be pretty happy about that one. Yeah, I think this is the correct pick here. Okay. So in this pack, there's an Orzhov Signet, there's a Phyrexian Revoker, and a Karakas. So 3 of my Reanimator targets are legendary, so we can save them from removal with Karakas. Karakas is also just like a solid card. It's a nice hate draft. However, Orzhov Signet might be exactly what this deck wants. We don't really have the fast mana going on. This is a like unique effect, but I think this might be more important for our deck. So sorry, Revoker, I think we're just going to take the fast mana here. Because right now, Soul Ring and Mana Vault seem like our main ways to actually win games before other players go off. So yeah, let's try to speed things up a little bit. Ooh, that's a Gristlebrand. Okay, well, Gristlebrand, also a pretty good card in Reanimator. So Toxic Deluge as well in the pack. And Faith's Fetters, if we are going to end up in white. Pretty decent removal spell. Relic of Progenitus, that card wrecks us, so maybe we hate draft that, if nothing that we want wheels. But yeah, I think this is a pretty clear Gristlebrand. Could even think about like cutting Shieldred, but I think I'd be happy just with like these 5 fatties. Just pick up some more removal, some card draw, call it a deck. Ooh. Alright, well, that's one of the better Reanimator spells, so I'm happy to pick that one up for sure. There is a Chupacabra in the pack and a Metamorph, but those are not nearly as important to what we're doing. So draw 7 in the pack for Storm player, so not us, not today, but maybe someday soon. Mastermind's Acquisition. No, I don't think we want to play a 4-mana tutor. Just like the mana rocks are one of the reasons this deck can be powerful, just in terms of speed. A 4-mana tutor really slows us down. That's not where I want to be. We could end up playing black-white, and if we end up with like a black-white land, Polluted Delta could end up being good. Could also just be good in terms of shuffling, but we'd need some way to look at our library or something like that first. But still, I think it's going to be better for us than the other cards in the pack. Could take like a land tax, but I don't think so. Okay, this is pretty interesting. It's a Vampire Nighthawk, which is not the most powerful Magic card ever. Wheel of Fortune, another draw 7. I think I'm going to take... I could honestly take Ashiok. Could think about playing blue here. Could also take Oblivion Ring. I have an Orzhov Signet. I could play a couple planes, try to cast one of these cards, but not sure how likely that is. Don't think I have quite that much ramp. I think I am going to take the O-Ring here, though. Alright, well, in this pack there's a Shallow Grave, which is not the Reanimator spell of choice. There's Demon Lord Belzenlock. Card is decent. Argyle's Bloodfast, which really not where I want to be either. Is Angel of Serenity any good? I don't know if this card is good. I think it's between these cards. I don't think I want Demon Lord. I don't think I want Shallow Grave. So Yeah, let's try the Bloodfast. Might end up cutting this one. Good against like control decks, I suppose. There's a Gifts Ungiven here, but it's a little late to pick up Buried Alive, as this is like second half of pack 3 now. I think I'm just going to take a Vampire Hexmage. Just kills Planeswalkers. Not sure if I'll main deck it or not, but yeah, Gifts Ungiven. Pretty cute. It might actually, you know what? This just doesn't do enough. We have Polluted Delta. Like, I think Gifts Ungiven, it's basically Buried Alive, right? Might be a card we're willing to play. We'll think about it. Okay, did not wheel any of the cards we really wanted to out of this pack, though. There is a Tassiger. Don't think I care about either of these cards, so yeah, we'll snap up the Banana King himself. Wow, no 6 drops. We have a 9, 2 8s, and 2 7s, but no 6. Not sure if I'm playing this card. Oh man, I'm sad. Saw some number of Storm cards, but just not enough to get there, I don't think. Really would have been forcing hardcore if we got there. Though, I don't know. Maybe that's a lesson for next time. Alright, we do have a Necratol here. There's also a Karakas. Karakas is a sweet card. I don't love cards like this. They're a little mid-rangey, not really where I want to be. I think Karakas is sweet. Might be an incentive to try to play O-Ring in my deck, and it can save some of my fatties if they become targeted with removal, like exile-based removal. Okay, there's nothing I'm going to play from this pack. It's a Storm card, I suppose, so take that for the Storm deck that could have been. And I guess this card is the most annoying. Actually, no, I don't want to die to mono red, so let's get this thing out of here. There's a theoretical world where I play this card, but it seems pretty unlikely. Survival of the Fittest is pretty strong, but not in this kind of deck. Just mono black Reanimator, maybe a light splash of white. So the good thing, okay, can't beat a card like that. The good thing about picking up Demonic Tutor is that even though we only have what, like Exhume, Living Death, Lily, and Makeshift Mannequin in terms of reanimation, we basically have an extra copy of any of those with Demonic Tutor. So that's pretty nice. It's going to allow us to go get whatever we want. Alright, let's sort things. Probably going to want 17 lands here, but we'll see. We do have a bunch of cool mana rocks. Alright, so never cutting these. I can't cut this or this. Don't think I'm going to be able to cut that one. Probably playing these janky 5 mana cards as well. I'm less sure about all these, so just save that for later. I think Pack Rat's way better than Uno's Prowler, but they serve a similar purpose. I think I like Gaunty enough to play him. Not sure how I feel about Tasker. Pretty awkward that I do have to exile cards from my graveyard in order to cast him. Iona, can't cut that one. Gristlebrand, can't cut that one. These cards are all more medium. I think for now, just take all this stuff out. Take all these out. Take these out as well. And sort by converted mana cost. I think, do I want to try Lightning Greaves? I have no creatures right now. I have 4 creatures in my deck. Let's add some cards back first. So I think Gaunty is definitely going to make the cut. I think I need more than 2 Reanimator targets. So let's try like an Elish Norn and Ashen Rider. These are nice because they do stuff immediately when they enter the battlefield. You're 7, get out of here. You know, 0, 2, well, I mean, this is really 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Pretty natural curve there. Hippie might be nice. Can play it on like turn 2 with Soul Ring and Double Swamp. Could think about O-Ring, of course. Don't really have a reason to play Polluted Delta in this deck. Don't think I want to play Gifts Ungiven, do I? I don't think so. I don't love it. So no, not these. I would think about playing Caracas even if I'm not playing white, just to note. This is a good answer, kind of like Downfall. So now I'm gonna play like 3 out of these 7 or so. I think this just makes things a little bit too inconsistent. I think the card's nice, but we already have removal, so we don't need to splash. Maybe if we see Planeswalkers or something, it would make sense. I think I'm going to start main decking Damnation just to see. I want to try Lightning Greaves, and I guess let's also try Shieldred. Yeah, I think I'd like that. So maybe I should go for the Throat in this deck. I do have, I mean, this is basically a land, right? The Soul Ring, so might be able to get away with it. Yeah, I'm not huge on it either way. So we can theoretically, between Orzhov Signet and Caracas, cast like an Elesh Norn. I don't know if that's relevant or not. I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't think it is. Alright, so now the question is, do I want Go for the Throat? I think because I am playing monocolor, I think it's fine to start this and play 15 Swamps and Caracas. Magic Online has no idea what I'm doing. It's like, how are you going to cast all those white cards? It's yelling at me. Crazy kids. Alright. I think that's going to be it for this portion. And I'll be back soon with the matches. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.